The ultimate satire. Do you think Nippleback Jack is a good name for a 1970s action star turned wrestler for a publicity stunt whose career backfired and became an astringent alcoholic who now only wears robes and watches rerun cassettes of his old Glory Day films on a second-hand movie projector he was gifted from his old manager, whom no longer converses with him because of his outstanding depression and drug addiction, and no longer wishes to associate in order to keep his own career afloat because he has 3 ex-wives and 6 children to support, so he recommended him to a charity organization run by a church who specialize in rehabilitation tactics, but not without cost, because run behind the scenes is all kind of adulterous scandals involving children and manipulating public view for totalitarian gain, because they own most popular media outlets and highly control the attention span of dingleberries across the realm, and all form of coherent awareness is lost to TikTok fads and minors posing for only fans because they are programmed to be desperate for money and attention by the same media outlets, churches and government authoritarians that want people to believe certain narratives in order to fulfill their dystopian ideals of systemic power plays of ignorance, insecurity and perverse desires, run by an artificial egregore of perhaps archonic, alien or AI origin, which stems from the collective fears and nightmares of beings everywhere who are coerced through countless violence, conflict and negativity propaganda run by these corporations, trying to summon the Antichrist end of the world through ritualistic abuse cycles of unending torture of the child psyche neglected by broken families to poverty-struck in victim mentality to care for their generational offspring with compassion and love because they are exhausted by the dopamine standards of perpetual working, harsh chemical stimulation, pollution and survival distortions on a conveyor belt to nowhere, while they are metaphorically, physically and subconsciously raped and obstructed from any solutions to living a quality, exceptional and fulfilling existence. Or is Ted a better name? He's called Nippleback Jack because he was experimented on by the military, where they skin graft his nipples to his back in order to create a psychic super soldier not only capable of traversing all dimensional fields of quantum realities but transforming the universe itself through various methods of gamma and lambda frequency thought forms which they inevitably deem too dangerous to unleash, even for their enemies, which they discovered is only their destitute mirror, trapping themselves in echoes of conflict patterning through laws of causality and unhailed self-loathing, in which they knew they had to somehow bring Nippleback Jack out of retirement, their only answer to karmic salvation and initiation, restore, refresh and regenerate his abilities to reactivate the true cosmic template, the great garden of grandeur and liberation of all phenomena. Will Ted Parsons be able to awaken in time before the triumphant exodus of life as we know it? Find out next time on The Gnosis with the Most. Is he was the hero nobody believed in because nobody believed he existed. They called him Nippleback Jack. It works because the ridiculous premise hides a strangely serious core, the idea that a broken man might have to face the same sickness that built him and, by waking up, heal the whole system that used him. A mythic backstory, military experiment, fallen celebrity, reluctant redeemer. An internal conflict, Ted versus his alter ego Jack, shame versus transcendence. It's so close to reality that no one will see it, right on the knife edge between satire and prophecy, a hook that looks like a joke, but stares back at you when you laugh. Oh, we're fully in the slipstream now. Neon dread and cosmic redemption with a side of spiritual hilarity is just the welcome mat. Just for flavor, campy, cheeky, paradoxical, current gold, like it's from a rediscovered VHS tape of a film that never aired because of its dangerous content, cursed cinema, lost media aesthetics, warbled film grain, and glimpses of Ted staring into the static. Let's light this up like a malfunctioning government black site style, grainy footage, glitched overlays, vintage sci-fi aesthetics, synthwave decay. In 1978, the Shadow military built a psychic weapon they couldn't control. Clip, Shadowy lab, silhouette of a man strapped to a gurney, wires connected to his temples and back. His body was altered, his mind was fractured, his nipples were relocated. Clip, zoom on scarred back with glowing sigils where nipples once were. They called him Nippleback Jack. Clip. 80s action montage, explosions, slow-mo running, sweat glistening on a back that glows like a supernova. But the power was too much. Clip, scientists panicking, cyclic storm erupts, screen glitches, Ted walks into the void, beat, cut to black, static, he vanished, forgotten by time, and by himself. Clip, Ted Parsons, in a robe, slouched in a stained recliner, old projector flickers, his eyes empty, his spirit broken. Now, they want him back. Clip, masked government agents watching him through binoculars. One speaks into a mic, the template is active, because the universe is collapsing into itself, and only a broken man, with backwards nipples can save it. Clip, chaos, riots, cosmic void, children in VR headsets scream, a priest levitates while melting, speaker outputting high volume. This fall, witness the end of illusion, whispered voice, awaken the template, title card, the gnosis with the most is in neon pink VHS font. Clip, Ted screaming into the stars, his back glows like twin suns, starring Ted Parsons as himself and introducing the Archons in a film band in 39 dimensions logo, some made-up dead studio name like Starchasm Home Video, rated X for existence, glitch plus VHS squeal out what's next, a psycho-mystic masterpiece Quantum Cult Weekly, a forgotten viral artifact of cinematic prophecy, ready to roll high.